Hey nerds, I'm here with Vince Anido. We are at the ACE Awards. Vince, thank you for spending some time with us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You do reality television,
I do.
which that seems to be one of the most impossible things to edit.
Well, thank you for saying that. That's very kind.
How is that process? Because you must have hours and hours of footage to deal with.
We do. It's an interesting process where we basically look at everything that happens and then try to figure out what the most interesting story is within what actually happened. And so it's a really fun process of distilling down and rearranging in order to make an interesting show.
I take it you probably have to be a pretty organized person for the kind of the scope of reality television footage.
You do. We deal with massive amounts of data, and we often deal with several hundred hours of footage that we have to distill down to like 45 minutes. And so, yeah, we definitely come up with some interesting ways to organize and tell those stories.
How does reality television editing differ from kind of straight storytelling editing?
Well, I think the easiest example to prove is that there's no script. They went out with an idea about what they wanted to get, but sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. And so the editor's job is to try to figure out a way to make sense and organize what they actually shot in order to make it interesting. And so it's oftentimes a very difficult process.
Now, when they come back with a lot of footage, do you and the director sit down and talk about what the story really is that you want to tell?
Yeah, so a lot of times they go out with a plan, and they hope to get a story, and then they come back and they get something like that story. And so we're involved in that process. We understand what the goal was. And so we look at the footage, it's like, yes, we can tell that story, or no, we can't, or no, actually, what you got was good, but this other thing that you happen to get on the side is actually way more interesting. And so a lot of the process with the producers is working towards that best result.
Now tonight is all about celebrating editors.
Yeah.
Why is it important for us to acknowledge editors and celebrate them?
Well, it's kind of an interesting thing because especially coming from reality, we often are somewhat maligned. It's like, oh, it's the editor's fault, they made me look bad and stuff like that. And so I think it's great, especially for reality editors in this environment with this amazing group of people, to acknowledge those who've really achieved amazing results.
And there have been some amazing movies out this year.
Absolutely.
Which do you think? I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you think has been the best edited?
I was actually a really big fan of Nightcrawlers. I thought that was an amazing thriller and really well put together.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you for having me. Great meeting.